Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Delmarva Real Estate and Lifestyle segment. Is that what we're calling it?
That's up to you, Ryan.
I think it's a works in progress. But no, this is a segment where Stephen and I get a chance to chat a little bit about what's going on here at the beach and some real estate topics, some lifestyle topics. So we got a couple good ones today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a couple weeks since we sat down. Even you and I, we've chatted a little bit, but probably haven't sat down in full and talked for a couple weeks. So I think we're going to catch up kind of what we've been doing. Preview, we're right on the precipice. One thing we want to do is we want to keep everybody informed of events in Ocean City, Berlin, surrounding towns. We're right on the precipice of those kind of kicking off. So the next big one probably for Ocean City that most people are thinking about, Springfest. I believe April 23rd is the kickoff. So couple weeks away, so we'll get into that as we get closer. Farmers market is starting up on Sundays, so we're starting to see people move around. It's officially spring, but we're not quite on our full schedule of shoulder season events, I guess. Super close to Memorial Day, so everything's getting exciting.
Yeah. I mean, like you mentioned Memorial Day, it's going to come sooner than we think. It always does. But with Springfest being coming on the this month, that's like a month earlier than what it used to be, so that's definitely been sped up a little bit. And then this past weekend in Berlin, I wasn't there, but it looked like they had some fun there with the townwide celebration for Easter.
Yes. Well, Saturday was the spring kickoff, or I can't remember exactly what they called it, but there was a spring fest, and then there was a big egg hunt on at the Calvin B. Taylor Museum lawns, something they do every year. So, Easter's great. I had some family in town, kind of putzed around Berlin. I had some work, obviously, big, kind of a weird weekend for us real estate wise, but people are in town visiting, family, friends. So I definitely had some appointments pop up. But yeah, I got a lot of family time in. My older kids still, we have a tradition. They do an egg hunt at my parents' condo on 51st Street. So, they're getting older, but they love it. The prizes get a little bit better each year. So the cash prizes increased, which they were excited about. So, it's been, that was a great weekend. Past couple weeks, I went to Orioles opening day, so that was a great time.
That was good weather that day, wasn't it?
That day was awesome. Great weather. It was really like a springtime preview. So that was awesome. I've had some buddies' 40th birthdays in Annapolis. I've been kind of all over the place. And then my wife and daughter were actually in Nashville for about a week, a little under a week for a cheerleading competition. So my son and I hung back. He plays baseball for Stephen Decatur, so he had some games. My wife and daughter were down at the cheerleading competition in Nashville. She's on two teams, so they had 4 opportunities to win based off how it worked, and they got first place every time. So pretty cool. It's a first-year gym in Berlin, so I did want to give them a quick shout-out. I know you're in the cheerleading world as well. I've tried some different gyms, but this is a first-year gym called Click Athletics. If anybody's looking for a home, tryouts are coming up, I believe, in the next couple months. Their season finishes in the next few weeks, so they're about to head to Florida and then Virginia Beach to end the season. So they've had a great season. If anybody's looking to get their daughters into cheerleading, their sons, check them out. Click Athletics in Berlin. What have you been up to the past couple weeks?
Yeah, kind of similar times, a lot of kids stuff. We're at maybe a couple years advanced, from yours with my oldest kids. Anyway, I got my son in college, and he's deep into their lacrosse season. So we were up in Bel Air this weekend to see a good lacrosse game, which they won. Obviously, with Easter, we got Tanner home. My oldest came home for a couple nights, brought a buddy with him back. One of his buddies is from New Mexico, so he couldn't make it home. So they were here, and they got out, played a little golf, I think had a little fun, and then out of town quickly. So that's good. Our Easter, you mentioned the prizes get older, and it's like, what's the theme? And the Easter Bunny this year brought squishies. Like everything is like a squishy right now. I don't know what it is with these kids, and going and finding what do they call them? Dumplings, the hidden dumplings. You can't find them.
Dumpling things. Yeah, Keegan got a big carrot squishy for Easter. So yeah, we're definitely in the midst of that.
Slime, squishy. It's all these different things, which I don't quite get. But it's funny. My oldest girls, I mean, they did the same thing. I don't know, 8, 9 years ago. They were into slime and that kind of stuff too. So what's old is new again, I guess, or whatever that term is.
And you grabbed some crabs this weekend too, right?
We did. Yeah. So we had our first crabs of the year, crabs to go off of Route 50 and 589 there. We got a couple dozen crabs. So it was good. Like Saturday was really good weather. It felt nice. like we were coming into summer, and so that got us in the mood for some crabs. And out back by the pool, although the pool's not open yet, we were able to sit there and enjoy some crabs. So it was good.
It's awesome. It's always great to take a little pause, especially even if it's just one day. So,
right.
Like I put my phone up on Sunday, which rarely happens. So it was nice to kind of reset. And you brought up nice weather. And of course, we're back to Del Marvelous 50 some degrees today. So hopefully, I think the weekend's going to be nice. I think we got maybe another cold day or two, but it seems like we're getting ready to turn that corner. So.
Yeah, very strange. I mean, I always feel like the spring here anyway never really gets as warm as we think it should. It seems like it's a little bit cooler. We get a lot of wind. But this year it's been interesting because we've actually had some like really nice days, with 80-degree temperatures, no wind. It feels like late spring, early summer. And then the next day it's like 30. So
gotta love it.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this last time. We don't want to be, the weatherman and how that comes into play with real estate, but I do honestly think that the stops and starts has definitely made our market. Maybe the numbers are a little bit off because of that, but.
Yeah, we shall see. Again, looking forward to the spring, the summer, and again, we're about 2 weeks away from it really kind of kicking off down here. So super excited for that.
Yeah. Well, let's get into a couple topics. We've got 2, I think, interesting topics we wanted to hit on today. And the first one we'll talk about is an emerging trend that I'm seeing, and it is the possibility that North Ocean City is the new Fenwick Island for people. So that's the first one I want to chat on. And then the second, we've got a little bit of fun here. We got some trivia. So okay. Trivia, Ocean City trivia when it comes to some of these condo buildings. So,
sounds good.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that sounds great. The North Ocean City thing is interesting for sure. People, there's kind of 3 segments of Ocean City, I guess we typically talk about, like downtown, midtown, and then North Ocean City. So I kind of started my career thinking like 94th Street and up was North Ocean City, but I think we're getting even further north now when we're really considering what truly is North Ocean City. I don't know why I can't say that.
Tongue twister.
But really, probably once you get up past like High Rise Row, what do you think? Where does North Ocean City start for you?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably agree. Once you get up over 118th Street to the Delaware line, so the High Rise Row ends right there at 118th Street with the carousel, and I think to the Delaware line is where I normally would think of North Ocean City. This little segment, though, I decided to go in a little tighter based on this trend, and that's kind of more of like the Cane Woods to the Delaware line. So really 136th Street, probably the end of Montego Bay.
Okay.
Right. And then to the Delaware line, and then probably even a little bit further south on the ocean front.
Sure.
So
that makes sense.
Where it's kind of more that mid-rise building. And the reason I brought this up is I've had actually, some agents from out of the area, from like kind of the Baltimore, Washington area. And I've had some clients from that same segment that I think normally would really want to be in Delaware if they could. They would ideally love the kind of the small town feel of what you get in Fenwick Island.
Sure.
So for those of you who don't know, the Delaware Maryland line is on 146th Street. That's the line here. So anything north of 146th Street on one side of 146th Street is Delaware.
Sure.
Anything on the south side of 146th Street is Maryland, Ocean City. And so you definitely notice it when you cross over into Delaware. There's no high rises, right? I mean, you can talk about the types of properties we see there.
Yeah. So, Delaware people, we get the same questions, clients coming from across the bridge. They want to know, Ocean City, Bethany, Fenwick Island, like where should I be? A lot of them want to take advantage of, the amenities of Delaware, the no sales tax. And to your point, I mean, Fenwick is a super cute little town. You have little boardwalks, little shops, great restaurants, great beaches. So what I always tell people is the break-in price in Delaware is typically much higher. So, Delaware beaches in particular, not as wide, the land is not as wide as we have here in Ocean City, and they were developed entirely different. So Ocean City, we wanted to kind of get as many units, as many condos as possible so people can enjoy it. Whereas, when I start driving up north into Delaware, it looks more like something down in the Outer Banks,
right?
Where, you got some hotels. Don't get me wrong. There's some hotels scattered along. You have some little duplexes here and there, but there's not until you really get up to Bethany, then where there's only, I think, 3 high-rise condo buildings. There's not the high-rises we see. There's really not even the mid-rise condo buildings that we see. We see large family-style homes. We see a lot of townhouses, but it's just been developed differently. So you have a higher break-in cost. Not as much available right by the beach as we have here in Maryland, and then some other expenses that I don't want to get into the weeds, but the transfer tax in Delaware can be a deterrent for some people when they're looking to buy. But Delaware, why we see some people looking at North Ocean City is obviously you're close. You can drive to tax-free shopping. You can walk. You can bike. So maybe you can get that feel of being in, Fenwick Island, South Bethany without having to pay that price.
Right. And I think that's what we're going to see here is ultimately price and value that kind of makes the difference. But there definitely seems to be this trend where they'll look in Fenwick and they'll maybe get some sticker shock, or they're not going to find as many available. And then they're like, all right, what's a little bit further south, but still walkable, bikeable, lifestyle-able to Fenwick Island, very close by. So what I wanted to do was just to get into the numbers a little bit as to the reasons maybe why Ocean City, North Ocean City is really presenting a value, maybe more value than what you're going to find in Fenwick Island.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
So it could be within the eye of the beholder, but I'm going to start off with this. When we take, this is the 2 segments, 136th Street in Ocean City, north to the Delaware line, which is 10 blocks. So 136 to 146 versus Fenwick Island, everything that is classified as Fenwick Island. And the big difference I notice is segment size, availability. Right. So if we go back 1 year, 365 days, and we look at everything that's active, pending, and then actually successfully sold, the segment size in North Ocean City in those 10 blocks is 200 properties.
Okay. It's a decent amount.
Right. Now compare that to all of Fenwick Island, 58.
Wow. In the past year. So we're talking a little over a quarter of the available sales. And Fenwick does stretch a little further west than some people probably think as well. So we might be talking about some stuff that some people might not consider, really beach property.
Right. Yeah, we had to stretch even to get, up to that 58 number. So, I mean, right out of the gate, I mean, the availability of properties to choose from and the overall segment size is much less in Fenwick, right? And we know supply and demand, what that can do to prices. But when we break down the prices in North Ocean City, I decided to go through and look at everything active, pending, sold in the last year. The interesting thing here is the average closed price for the last year in North Ocean City was $501,000.
Okay. I mean, it's a decent sales price. I mean,
it's actually pretty high. It was higher than I thought.
Yeah.
I was thinking because North Ocean City does offer different types of properties.
Sure.
And you get some entry level 2 bedrooms kind of back on the bay side, and then you get some pretty high end stuff as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. North Ocean City is probably our most diverse area as far as property styles with, waterfronts. We do have some condos, some townhouses mixed in there, some large single families. So yeah, you do get a little bit of everything kind of thrown into that North Ocean City corridor.
Right. So 501 in North Ocean City compared to the average closed price in Fenwick Island in the last year, 1.6, so 1.667. So $1.6 million is your average closed price in the last year in Fenwick Island.
That's pretty incredible. And again, we should probably preface a little bit. A lot of Fenwick are large houses on the water, which obviously draw a higher price tag. But there are some condos. There's some mobile home parks mixed in there in Fenwick as well. So again, another large gamut of styles of property, but that is pretty incredible to be more than 3 times the average sales price.
Right.
When we're talking about maybe less than a mile, in some case, difference of location.
In some cases, like 100 feet.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you know how it is. Like you go back 146th Street and you've got some of the condo buildings like Lost Colony. You've got Lighthouse Village. You have the Wanmar, which are all like 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And I sold 2 properties this year in Lost Colony, 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a pool, literally, 150 feet from Delaware. And they sold for like $242,000. That's value in my mind. I mean, it's amazing. So anyway, price per square foot in North Ocean City, $389 versus $815.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think supply and demand is a lot of this, and style of home. So, but like you said, you can get somewhere within 150, 200 feet of Delaware if you really want that Delaware experience for a third of the cost, third of the price. If you're open to Maryland, and we could sit here and go back and forth with the pros and cons, the differences of each. But I think if you're close enough, like you're going to get that experience that you're looking for.
Right. Gives you the option. I mean, so you reside in your property, but maybe you live around town. Right.
Yeah. There you go.
You sleep at your property, but beyond that, if you really want to live, you can be up on the beach. You can be riding your bike on Bunting Avenue right there. You can go for a run. You can go for a walk. You can still go to the Fenwick Island boardwalk and play mini golf and get some Hershey's ice cream and hop on the go-karts and the water slides and all that Fenwick Island stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great area. I like Fenwick. I was actually in a mobile home park, Fenwick, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was just shocked at how close to the beach it was. And maybe if that's something like you're maybe beginning to look for a beach home, or you're not totally sure where you want to be, maybe looking at something like a mobile that's close in Fenwick could work for you. Now, a lot of those will come with like a land lease or ground rent, but I mean, I was in one that was literally I could see the ocean when I stepped out the front door. I mean, not great, but it was right there. So easy walk. And so yeah, there are a few entry level properties in that area. You just can't always find them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree 100% there. If we stay on the stats here, just to wrap them up, one thing I did think was interesting is even though the average sales price is $1.66 million in Fenwick Island, but our average sales price in North Ocean City is $501. When we look at the days on market, almost identical. 91 days on average for North Ocean City, and Fenwick Island 92 days.
That is incredible. I mean, sometimes we talk about it could just be totally different clientele looking in these two areas, but I think what we're trying to do is tell the folks that thought maybe they have to be in Delaware that there's some affordable options for you, maybe real close in Maryland. But yeah, I mean, Delaware is a totally different beast. They have great beaches. They have some different beaches as well. They have more drive-on beaches available. They have the lighthouse up there that was just restored. They have some cool stuff for sure in Delaware. But yeah, if you're up on 140th, I mean, the drive to a Delaware beach is going to take you on a good day 5-10 minutes maybe. If we hit some traffic, then we got something else we're talking about. But you can always hop on the bike and ride up too, because we're just a couple miles away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, another trend, I think, so actually sticking to this trend. So North Ocean City, the new Fenwick Island. I think it's definitely going to be within, the eye of the beholder there, what they're really looking for. But if they want a close second or, to be very close to that North Ocean City spot, they can certainly find it in Ocean City. Talking to some of these other agents, actually within the same brokerage with Sotheby's, I was talking to some folks up in the Baltimore area, and what they're seeing is that like their kids want to be in Ocean City. And so they've got teenage kids, and they're like, middle school to teenage, and they're like, yeah, we would rather be in Ocean City than Fenwick Island. So there's like this push to come a little further south. And another trend that's different. I know when I first came to Ocean City and I was a kid, like I wanted to be down the boardwalk.
Sure.
Like I wanted to be down, 28th Street and South, right? That's actually all I thought existed in Ocean City was the boardwalk. I was like, why would you want to be in North Ocean City? But what they're telling me, the trends is they have so many friends of, their friends that are in that North Ocean City, and they want to be up there. They want to be close to them. And so I thought that was unique. The other piece that's interesting, too, is if you don't want Ocean City, but you kind of still want Delaware, we see this West Fenwick tag applied to things, and which is really Selbyville.
Selbyville, yeah. Well, we're getting closer to like Bayside and some of those other there's some new developments still going up out on 54 as well. So 54 is an area we're seeing, like that 54 corridor, some more development. I've got a buddy, he works for Shell. They're doing a development right now up off 54. I can't think of the name for the life of me right now, but I think he said the starting price point is 1.2. They're most are waterfront or have some sort of water view, but Fenwick, you're typically, even West Fenwick, you're getting some of those higher dollar. You drive down 54, there's the row of all the pastel color houses right there on the water. It's a great vibe. North Ocean City is a great vibe too, though. You have great restaurants up there. Still some low density beaches because you don't have as large of buildings. So I think that's, if you're looking for something maybe a little more, I hate to say like quiet, maybe a little slower pace without being in Delaware, then North Ocean City is a great option. I grew up vacationing here as well. We did kind of the midtown thing. We always hit the boardwalk at least 1 or 2 nights while we were down there. But my dad is someone that will come and literally sit on the beach for 11 to 12 hours a day without moving. So those times were sometimes hard to get him off the beach, but we always had a great time. And it turned into me, living here now a little over 14 years. So
Right. Well, here, this we didn't prep or talk about, but in Fenwick and North Ocean City, what's your favorite restaurant in North Ocean City? Do you have one?
Oh, well, see, now we're stretched. I'll go Fenwick because I love Our Harvest. Same owners as Liquid Assets. So if you've ever been to Liquid Assets, great food. Our Harvest, a little different. It's a little more like family style where you get big portions of things that you share. Do great off-season specials. So, Our Harvest, if I'm going Fenwick, that's probably where I'm going to go. What about you?
Fenwick. So we've got some history with Mancini's. Mancini's has been one of our favorites ever since Christy and I first moved to the area. Mancini's is a spot. They got a good eggplant parmesan that's on special sometimes. They got pizzas. They got, additional Italian dishes. Quick history on that. So when I proposed to Christy, we went to Mancini's for dinner. And then it's no longer there, but the old DQ, the Dairy Queen, which was right on Coastal Highway in Fenwick, got some ice cream and went up to the beach, and that's where I proposed. So that's awesome. Got a Fenwick Island story there.
That's cool. Yeah, there's tons of great restaurants. I love Papa Grande's as well. That's a little further west. Harpoon Hannah's is out there. So we are, we're kind of, especially the past 10 years or so, the food scene here has really grown, and we've gotten some really, really good restaurants. So, and we're seeing it continue to expand.
And in fact, in the old DQ spot is now Surf Bagel.
Yeah.
That's I've been there once. It's pretty good. I think they close at like 2 or something, but really good choices when it comes to
Delaware
bagels.
Staple.
Yeah. North Ocean City, favorite restaurant? Anything?
North, I got. Let me think. I'm blanking right now.
Have you tried Libertori's?
I have not tried Libertori's here. Good call. I actually brought that up to my wife, but they have some, across the bridge. So I've been to the ones. I believe they used to have one in Canton that I'd been to when I lived in that area.
Yeah. I've not been to any of the other ones anywhere else. I've heard about them. But Christy and I did check out Libertori's in North Ocean City, which is in that like Montego Bay shopping center. Kind of an interesting spot. You drive past and wouldn't even think of it, but got a good vibe in there. It's kind of, it's a different kind of feel. I don't know if it's more of like a tapas style, or kind of, I don't want to say Mediterranean, but it's got a different kind of
more
feel.
Like small plate kind of thing.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Sushi Cafe.
I've not done that
North
one.
Ocean City, Sushi Cafe. That is, great sushi restaurants in Ocean City. My favorite is Sushi Cafe.
I'll have to check that out. I'll have to hit that one up next time. But certainly some good options in North Ocean City and Fenwick Island. But just want to talk about that. It's an emerging trend, but quite possibly that North Ocean City is the new Fenwick Island. So topic number 2, a little Ocean City trivia. You ready for
What
it?
you got? What you got?
So this got me thinking. I was on a listing appointment the other day and talking to a seller, and they have a very unique property in a building here in a little bit further south, high rise row. Maybe not North Ocean City, but the high rise row section. And so their particular unit is on the top floor of a building. And so Stephen, what is the tallest building in Ocean City?
I feel like this could be a trick question because there's a couple different answers, but building wise, I'm going to go with the Century One.
And technically, from a height standpoint, you were correct.
Thought so. But there's a caveat, as always.
There's a catch. Yeah, there's the but. So, yes, what I've always been taught, and I haven't gone out and measured it myself, but my mentor and broker previously always told me that the Century One was actually the tallest building in Ocean City from a height, from point to point. But there's another building that actually has residential units on a higher floor. So the residential units themselves actually stick up higher than any other residential units in town. So it's the second tallest building, but it has units on a higher elevation rather. And you know what building that is?
I think I do. It's either the Capri or the Key.
It's the Key. Quay, Key. Right?
Yeah, I guess I should have clarified that. Another question we get, is that the Quay or the Key?
Right. So once again, my broker told me that it was the Key, Quay. Although I had, I think I told you this story, but I actually had a sale in there in the last year, I believe, and there was an original owner who bought it brand new from the developer, and I would call it the Key. He's like, no, it's the Quay. All right. So I'm like, all right. So I went along with him for that and called it the Quay for that entire transaction. But I was always taught it was the Key.
I go off like the island, right? When you go down to Turtle Key, down the Bahamas, those kinds of things that I've always been taught Key, but we can go with Quay, whatever works.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm not going to argue with you.
Right.
So what floor is this listed?
So I can't give all the details because it's not on the market yet, but
Sure.
But we have something we're working on, and so the interesting thing in the Key is the 25th floor. So you got 25 floors in the Key, and but the unique thing with the 25th floor, they're 2-level units.
Oh wow!
So you actually have the 20. Your numbers will be like 2501, 2502, 2503, depending on what stack it's in on the top floor. But and the elevator itself only goes to the 25th floor, but there actually is a 26th floor because these units are 2 levels.
Very cool.
So you have stairs that go up to the 26th floor, but no elevator access to the top floor. And so this particular unit is a top floor penthouse unit. By design, they all had spiral staircases inside the unit to get you up to the top floor. But we've had other units in there on that floor, and I can tell you that the floor to ceiling windows is phenomenal. You've got some that face south, some that face north, and then 2 that face the direct ocean. And the one we had previously was like a south-facing unit that you looked all the way down the beach. It's pretty cool. But so yes, that's the trivia there.
That's pretty cool. I think I have been in one of those throughout my career. I cannot remember when. For someone like me, however, I could not own on the 25th floor because I would not go out on the balcony for very long.
Right.
Not a heights guy. Excited to see it hit the market. So you'll have to keep us posted.
Yeah, getting closer to bringing that one to the market, and excited to get it out there because it is unique. So I think that is probably about it for this week.
Yeah, I think that was a great conversation. Again, just catching up with you has been awesome. Hopefully, we delivered a little bit of value. I think North Ocean City is a place to watch for sure. But if you're interested in Fenwick, there are things out there. If you have to be in Delaware, we get it. We're here to help no matter what. We can give you advice, information, both sides of the line. But yeah, thanks for listening. We'll be back in a couple weeks. We'll probably maybe do some more diving into the market. I'm assuming we'll highlight some more events because then we'll be really ready to kick off spring and summer at that point. So appreciate everybody, and we will talk to you soon.
Take care.